The house is a mess, the kids are a mess, and I am a mess. These are the three top complaints of the working mother. Today I want to explain the downside of the working mother. Not women working, but mothers working. The three main concerns are who is raising the kids while we are working, everything we are missing while we are working, and what are the lessons for the next generation. The first concern, who is raising the kids while we are working? More and more mothers are going immediately back to work after having children and leaving nannies or child care facilities to raise the children. In these environments, they have limited one-on-one contact, they have limited one-on-one affection, and these are things that we are finding that children are needing more of, that they are truly lacking in the ability to socialize properly, show affection and emotion, and they're attributing that to spending so much time in child care facilities and not with their mothers. The Money Connection online magazine, Pritnam Nagrade wrote an article called The Disadvantages of a Working Mother, where she discussed several different situations. The first, working mothers tend to neglect their children, not in a horrible way, but in the way of you find yourself going more often to pick up fast food, you're spending less and less time with them, you don't have time with them, you're focusing on what you need to get done for work while the children are in the background needing your attention. More and more working mothers are finding themselves with extreme fatigue, trying to do two jobs. I know from experience, my day has never ended at 5 o'clock when I get off of work. I spend the drive home trying to decide what we're going to have for dinner, whether or not the children will have homework, if a load of laundry needs to be done. Basically, your second job begins when you get off of work. And many times we have found ourselves at the store at 9, 10 o'clock on a Sunday night picking up poster board for a project due the next day, which I was not reminded of or told about until 9 o'clock at night. Isolation from your own friends. Working mothers have a tendency to focus only on the balance between their job and their families, and they forget about the time that they need to socialize themselves in an environment where they are not taking care of something or taking care of someone. Working mothers are not giving themselves the opportunity to do that. One of the main things is guilt, the working mother guilt. And I can tell you that it is very difficult to not feel guilty. So often the kids are telling you, so-and-so's mom is, baking something fresh for the bake sale, and so-and-so's mom can come to school and have lunch with them during the day. And these are things that working mothers cannot do or very rarely can do. Another situation is workplace harassment. Harassment in the effect of feeling less than, feeling threatened, feeling your job is threatened if you have to take time off to take care of sick children or take them to a doctor's appointment or attend an event. It is very difficult to not have that concern or worry. And that they have found that 1 in 3 mothers has actually taken their children to school while they are sick. The next concern is everything that we're missing while we are working. A CNN online article by Mary Delaney discusses what working moms miss. In a survey, they found 35% of mothers admit to spending less than 3 hours a day with their children. 43% would willingly take a pay cut in order to spend more time at home with their families. And 17% missed 3 or more significant activities in their children's lives over the last year. And I can attribute to that because I have missed my son's hitting the baseball all the way out into the outfield for the first time. I missed a swim meet for my daughter, and I have left numerous family events because of situations that have come up at work. What is being passed on to the next generation? A Life Science Contributor article by Stephanie Pappas listed how motherhood has changed throughout the years. In 1950, only 19% of women with children under 6 years old were working outside the home. They were looked at as being the keepers of the family values, the teachers of the next generation. By 2008, 60% of women with children under the age of 6 years old are working outside the home. Now, does this mean that we're going to have a complete and total breakdown of family values? Hopefully not. Is there a concern that children will not grow up to be able to take care of their own families or know how to take care of their children? This tells us, what are we passing forward? What are we teaching our children? And in conclusion, working mothers need to remember, and they need to think about, who is raising the kids? Who do you have raising your children? What are we missing while we are at work? And what are we teaching? What do we have to pass on? Thank you.